All right, we are live. So how's your day going in California? I think you're muted.
Oh, it's pretty good. It's just started getting pretty hot this week.
Yeah.
Went for my random walk just to walk yesterday. It was like 70 degrees here.
Yeah, it's been warm here as well, but I'm actually in the office today and it's freezing here. So I'm wearing like long sleeves, long pants, and a vest. Looks like I'm ready for like winter. But yeah, we'll give people a few minutes to get on. And yeah, we are live on Facebook now. So yeah, what else is new? How's your EXP now? How's that been going?
It's been crazy. So I've been here at EXP for 3 months now, as of 2 days ago. And business has been good. We have 9 licenses on the market. Most agents don't really have anything on the market. The team, we're up to 17 agents right now, but I've interviewed 10 agents as of today in the last 10 days. So I've really like about 22 agents since I've been here. And at least from this week, everyone's joining. So it's pretty crazy as a team leader to come here and to do this, because we're not really pitching EXP. We're just pitching what I do and my team offers. It just so happens EXP is our backdrop, which is amazing because the broker, where I'm not tied to an office, they give me a lot of freedom to do things, which has really been able to accelerate my business.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. Cool, good deal. Yeah, we'll give it a few more minutes as we get on.
I just learned this week, I don't think Facebook business pages can tag personal profiles, right? Or can you?
You can. Yeah. It's but it's just like sometimes it takes a while to tag them. I don't know. Sometimes it works for people and sometimes it doesn't. So I'm not sure like what the science is behind it, because sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Cool. Well, I guess we can get started here. I'll get your screen sharing. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Katie. I'm a real estate agent in Houston, Texas. I'm joined by Kenny Fast, a real estate agent in Oakland, in California, the Bay Area. He runs a team. I guess, do you want to give a little bit give your bio?
Sure. I'm Kenny Chung at eXp Realty. Prior to this, I was at Klein Real Estate for 5 years. I ran the E team for my office, including my own team, which we did about, I think, $106 million in 2018. But then last year, I branched off and just strictly did my own team. Last year, I had 5 agents. Now I have 17. But in the last year, my personal team did $56 million and with about 66 deals. But now we've kind of quadrupled in size in 1 year. So we're really looking forward to breaking 150 mark this year.
Nice, cool. Well, so Kenny and I met, I guess we met when you were in Houston. Kenny speaks at a lot of different events. How many speaking events did you do last year? Actually, do you know offhand?
Probably 15.
Okay. But he also goes to a lot of conferences and things like that. But so Kenny does a lot of different speaking events, things like that. So I met him in Houston. He had come for, I think it was a YPN event, to talk about just different tech tools and things. I think Kenny's probably the most efficient person I've ever met. As far as I like to think that I'm efficient. I like to think that I use my calendar, and then I saw Kenny's and it's like color coded down to the minute, not really the minute, but it's color coded for everything. He's super strict about having days off, which I think is something that's refreshing, and is just a lot of fun. If you guys don't follow him on Instagram, follow him on Instagram. It's Kenny Fast on Instagram, right? And yeah, no, he's a blast. So we'll dig in to the, let me get your slides pulled up here. And cool. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, let's see. Let me get my mouse. So I'm running this on a second iPad. So okay, got my mouse. So today we're gonna be talking about best tech tools to go fast. So about myself, I use a ton of technology in my business, probably 30 different tools. My team probably uses 5 or 6, but I use a lot of stuff to save time and to increase my production. So let's go. Just some quick stats about me, quick intro. So today we're gonna be talking about 4 different things, 4 different type of tools. Things that will save you time, things to up your marketing game, Some iPhone hacks, or some of it might work for Android too, and some tech toys and kind of the hardware I use to do all this stuff. So what are you doing each day to save time? I think it's really important to try to save even a couple minutes a day. If you add up a couple minutes a day within a month or year, that could be a couple extra hours. A couple extra hours could be a couple more deals or appointments, or more time off on vacation. So for me, I do have a pretty strong work-life balance. Last year, 2019, I think I traveled for around 130 days out of East Bay. A lot of these conferences, but for me, conferences are a blast. You meet the smartest people. You eat really cool spots. Lots of after late night parties. So I really enjoy touring the nation and meeting cool people. Cool. So some of the tools that I use for time management is Unroll Me is one of my favorite ones. Calendly, Magnet, and custom email filters. So what is Unroll Me? Unroll Me is a free tool. So a lot of tools I use is free, which I think is really important. So agents should be able to adopt a lot of this at no cost to you. Unroll Me lets you roll up all your different emails into one email thread. And when the email comes into your inbox, it's marked as read. So you're not getting bombarded the entire day by like tons of emails coming in. So for me, like right now, I have, as busy as I try to be, I only have 20 unread emails right now. So like I try to get 0 down every night before I go to sleep. It's not that hard if you have the right things in place. So some usage examples like Unroll Me is the email mailers or subscription-based stuff you want to keep, but it's kind of annoying and you don't want to read it. Like Amazon or just as the emails. If you're in an area that sells a lot of high-rise new content development, New York, San Francisco, Miami, why not? You probably want to know about high-rises, right? But you don't want every single email that comes in from them. And then you're heavy on like online leads. Your CRM might alert you. Your second CRM might alert you. Your Zillow might alert you. It just gets pretty tedious. So that stuff I do want to come in so I can track it in my email, but I don't want to see it right then and there. In industries and news, you guys read Inman, Housing Wire, Zillow, Redfin blogs, all that goes in there. So here's just a screenshot of what Unroll Me would look like in your inbox. This is my inbox. In January, you can see like a bunch of emails came in. At times, like on the right, you get one example, it's like 6 emails came in at once. My Southwest flight, some marketing materials for my local community thing, some other agents. At one point, you can easily roll up like 20, 30 emails at once, which is 20 to 30 less things you need to read. You can read it just at a glance. Calendly is pretty cool because it's also free. It lets you connect it to your calendar, and if you want, you can create a separate calendar. This could be cool for like virtual showings or virtual tours, but it lets people book appointments with you, and this sync calendar, so it doesn't take any time slots that aren't available.
I love Calendly. Calendly.
You can get pretty creative with it too. Like a couple of my team uses it. Back then I used this a lot more, but lately I've just been on webinars more than consultations, so I haven't really used this too much.
Yeah.
But you can trick it out, color it, and just different things.
Well, and it's so helpful too, right? Because it's like that, since it does go live with your calendar, like they're seeing it and can book it and block out that time. So it's definitely, I think, more efficient than the email back and forth of like, when can you meet type thing.
Yeah, so I work with Kyle Whistle and Daniel Bear at EXP, and they both have like a unique URL link where people just book with them. Imagine like if someone just wants to talk to you, like it's the back and forth is a lot of waste of time. So I think this was just is a lifesaver. Get my mouse going. Okay, another tool. This is a pretty cool tool because it lets you bounce your. Actually, I'm gonna try because I'm on the iPad. I can do it. Let me see if I can try this on here. Or no, this is maximize it. So it lets you move your screens around really fast. So for this, I use this frequently with like a profile report on the left side while I'm trying to run a left side CMA, and versus trying to move your mouse around all the time. So this saves, for me, every little thing saves a lot of time, and then I'm usually in a rush on my next appointment. So I tell my team too, make sure you have everything before you ask me a question, because I don't want to go through a process of something while you're trying to figure it out. Have it ready. But stuff like this saves you a lot of time too. Here's an example. So here's just our MLS, something basic. We're looking at comps and such, and on the right side, you align it and you're looking at that. But it just makes things easier. You're not moving stuff around all the time. Email filters. I have a ton of email filters that helps. I'll give you an example. certain escrow companies, when we send in the request for something, they have like auto reply email sending the prelims or an NHC report. So when those come in from that email address, I have it automatically sent to my transaction coordinator and my assistant. Or if something, I'm a Redfin partner agent. So Redfin emails me from this email address called Agent Tools Notifier. When the Redfin lead comes in, you don't grab it in half an hour, they give it to someone else. Well, if I'm unable to capture that right away, then I want that email to my other partner. And then I'm on HomeLight too as a top lead agent, so I get a ton of leads from HomeLight, but you have to respond pretty quickly, or there's a chance someone else can grab it. And then for those, I have an email filter going to my partner agent and my assistant. So like these are some of the ways you can optimize your time. Some more examples like DocuSign. DocuSign email comes in, like I don't need to know that someone viewed the, if you're doing a lot of deals, you're getting tons of DocuSign coming in that someone viewed the document. Well, I don't need those emailers, but they are important. And there's no way to just enable the attached file one versus the viewed one. So I just have everything marked as red. If I need something, I also have the DocuSign app. The DocuSign app lets me sign and it will drop down things I need to do. Up next, super showings. I like being alerted when someone's showing my property and having a record of it versus going into supershowing.com. So every email comes in, but I don't want to see it. I just need to know it's there. When I look up the address, I can see the history of it. More like lead alert stuff like listers.io, Real Scout. Okay, so listing marketing. These are some quick things you can use to really up your marketing game. Because right now, pretty much every single property we're working on right now, we're doing virtual staging and we're creating a website for it. Like a really slick looking one, not something on depending on your company, you might have a good one or a bad one. But we want to make sure our properties look really good. And this is what we're doing. We're using a great website called Pillar. Pillar lets you create a really fancy website. Actually, since I'm on this device, I can pull up something. It lets you create a website for your property within 7 minutes, and it looks really, really good. So it's simple as filling out a form, uploading some pictures, and you can buy the domain right there and then for 15 bucks. If you want to GoDaddy buy a domain, it's like 12 bucks. Then you got to wait for it, and then you got to mask for it. It's just so much work. Here, you just buy it and you're done. And I'll give you examples of some of the listings we've done on Pillar. So there's a condo that we're listing right now. Pillar website and the virtual staging was used. So this really sleek looking website was all set up and up within under 10 minutes with the domain. And then here's another one I have right now. Because people are usually paying, a lot of photography companies, corporate, they're usually paying, you're paying, here the average price per photo is probably $300 to $400. And then they charge you another like $100 for a la carte to buy a website and the domain. It's great, but this whole thing was done for like under 10 minutes and it's super, super cheap. So just some examples of Pillar. And if you guys want it, I think I can give you a coupon code or a demo or something from it too.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Box Brownie, one of my favorite companies. Box Brownie lets you do virtual staging. Since we're on the screen, I can actually walk through actual Box Brownie. Yeah, so Box Brownie, I like them because they're one of the few virtual staging companies that does item removal. So lots of our properties right now are occupied. So for $8, they'll take all this junk out of your properties, and then after that, they will also virtually stage it. I love Box Brownie. Sometimes the style isn't right. I don't know who they designed. So it's like half the time looks great, but half the time we'll get back to them like, hey, can you change some of this? I think it seemed to like match the wall colors a lot. So I had this weird condo with orange walls. They gave me all orange and brown furniture, and we were so busy. I was like, we're just running with it. But it's up to you. There's like 8 to 10 different design themes: traditional, eclectic, contemporary, rustic, whatever it is. So it's up to you to pick that. Oh, that's literally the couch in the listing I just mentioned. Okay, so I have that couch on one of my listings. But their stuff looks really good. The turnaround time is pretty quick. Since we're on there, I can show you the back end of this. Yeah, you send in a job, it comes back out. It's fairly cheap. It's like 40 bucks a photo, and they give us to remove. And then this is what the back end looks like. See, pretty cool. So how we operate on a team is when we take photos, it comes back. We immediately send the photos to our copywriter. We hire a professional copywriter. The copywriter writes the content, and then they'll send it back, and then our sellers will approve it and make some changes. And at the same time, simultaneously, we take the photos and we send it to Box Brownie for either image removal or virtual staging. And then it usually comes back around the same time. And then as soon as that happens, we'll put that all in a used Pillar website, and then we also set up an email. So we have the same process for all of our listings. So while I'm on here, I can show you some of our MailChimp emails. I can't see Facebook, so I'm not sure if there's any questions coming or not.
What I was going to say is, I don't know if you have it out like readily available as far as a link for Pillar or Box Brownie. I don't know if you have codes for those. But I can.
I can have it later. I don't have that code.
No worries.
Yeah, so here's an example of our, like, one of the latest listings we did, professional copywriting. The photos are in, and then the photos are nicely virtually staged. You click on it, and then it goes to the used Pillar website. Like, it did look very complicated, but really, if you with all these tools, it's pretty easy because, again, photos, virtual staging, photos, copywriter, comes back, plug it in, set it up. Okay, and so that's Box Brownie. Let's see. So some things to watch out for when you're hiring. And there's other alternatives too. Like Roomy does a really cool job. Roomy with 3 O's. It's a little more expensive. I think it's like $100 a photo. We've used them a lot in the past. Their furniture selection is a higher grade. And I think they have contracts with like Crate & Barrel and West and stuff. So you can really make, if you want to spend time, you can make the place look really slick. So if you're doing higher end stuff, that's something you might want to consider. For us, we're pretty satisfied, happy, and we could continue to use Box Brownie. And then I know, like in our area, Open Home Photography, which a lot of agents use, they also offer virtual staging. And the photographer, independent photographer I use too, also offers virtual staging. But their version is a little bit different. They have like hundreds of designs for, maybe like 100 designs for living room. Then you just pick a set and you drop it in, and they enlarge and spin it. It's not super custom. I don't know if Box Brownie does that, but I think Box Brownie they play more with like location and size of the room versus like a drag and drop set.
So Kenny, there is a question as far as Box Brownie. Do they put a notice or a watermark on photos noting that it's staged, virtually staged?
No, they don't. We make note of it in our emails and on the MLS as virtually staged.
Yeah, I think. I think that's the same in Houston. Like we have to, basically disclose that it's virtually staged or whatever. But yeah, they're not, generally I don't like watermarked. So thank you, Chris.
Yeah, for a lot of our properties, we oftentimes actually, I mean, if it's occupied, we don't exclude all the photos with stuff in it. We leave both in there. Like, here's the room will look like, and then there'll be a different angle of it, and we'll just use that in photo. But we minimize it. So like we have never like tried to deceive someone from thinking it's like a vacant house if it's occupied. Yeah. And then let me see. Okay, back to the screen. This is a really awesome camera, the Ricoh Data V. One thing I like with this 3D camera, anyone, you can literally hire anyone out there to go to any property's camera and they get uploaded to your listing. They don't need admin rights. They don't need to be a listing agent. So that's something you guys might want to consider. I know that in your area, Katie, Nicole Lopez has been doing a lot of these. She bought the other one. She bought the $1,000 one. The quality is a little bit better with the lighting. But for this, go to your own course. Because right now, in our area, people are typically charging about $300 for Matterport. I think Matterport is fantastic. It looks really great. Like I love the way it looks on like the 3D output image looking into the house.
Yeah.
I think it's necessary for a lot of our listings. I think it's nicer when you much more useful when you're 2-story building too to figure it out. But like a middle price point, that this does 80% of that. So I'd rather not pay $300 for Matterport when I can pay buy this once and just send someone out for 50 minutes.
Yeah.
Websites out there will stitch your photos too. So this is what the Zillow 3D tour looks like. If you go to a website, so that shit looks pretty good. And then this is a website called iSpy 360, which lets you stitch together your own photos. And then Box Brownie, so I have not used this yet, but we probably will very soon. Box Brownie also will do the 3D virtual tour for you, and they'll stitch photos for you about $1 a photo. Like I would totally pay that. I'm not, because I know Nicole says she takes like an hour to stitch together a house.
Yeah.
I think most agents want to make more than 15 bucks an hour, so it probably makes sense to just have someone else do it. And I'm thinking they're probably outsourcing this out to their country for like $2 an hour or something, like or using AI technology.
Yeah.
To get this done. Yeah, because so remember, you want to say the whole point of saving time too is so you can focus on things that will make you more money. Like you shouldn't be doing any $10 an hour task if you want to make $10 an hour and so on. And you want to make $100 an hour, then go ahead and pay an assistant $50 an hour. So this box branding stitching, I thought it looked pretty good.
Cool. If you guys are using 3D tours, let us know in the comments if you're using Matterport or Ricoh or what cameras you have there. As Kenny gets
Matterport's like so big. It's a like, hefty device, and it's like $3,000 I think to buy it.
Yeah, they're expensive.
I think brokers should buy it and let their agents use it. But for the regular agent like you and I, like it makes no sense to lug that thing around, and it's just a lot of work.
Yeah.
So like the process again, what we do, we take photos, we send them to be virtually staged, and then we go out there with the Ricoh camera and do 3D tours with it. And for the Zillow 3D tour, you must do it while you're on site. For like a 10,000 square feet house, 100 square feet, it takes like 15 minutes. It's really easy. You pop it in, you press it, and you're done. And then you walk the house. And then once you have the photos, you do your email marketing for MailChimp and social media. Some phone hacks. These are my favorite time savers because on your phone, if you're constantly typing your email address, you're typing your office address, you're typing something, like it just drives me crazy. Like, so my address is 66F down on the bottom right. Like I've been typing that for a while. Like, this is really dumb. So now I just type 66F and my keyboard kicks that in. I can give you a live example. You guys can see my URL bar, right?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe it doesn't work on the
So
URL.
It would work on messages or like if you were typing an email, it would work in there.
Let me try on just a regular website. Oh yeah, right. Maybe I think this isn't where the search. It works all the time, like Facebook. Actually, I'm doing Facebook right now. Facebook or messages. A comment. Just picking something random. There you go. You see that? Or if I press KTX. Okay, let's try. Okay, so this. I guess I should pick a live video to show.
Give everyone your address and contact info.
Okay, so like you guys can see this random one. I type KTX. There you go. So I use this for all my text signatures, because when you're messaging someone and their agent asking for disclosures or something, for me it's really annoying when someone asks me something on text and I don't know who it is. I don't know if I should talk to you as if you were a buyer or you're a potential client, a seller, an agent. An agent, I'll just tell you, right? If a buyer, I'm not going to direct. Like I got to figure out what is it you need and cater my conversation to that. I'm not going to tell you the price or something right away. So text messages, I use it to shorten my email addresses, my personal one. I use it to shorten my text signature, my ESP signature. NYCE is the one I use the most. I do not pick up any random calls. I do not pick up any random calls. I always text them, but then I'll batch and I'll call all my missed calls all in one setting. Because if it's nothing usually that important. Like I've done this all the time. Like 1 out of every 20 call might be important, but I can't spend my time picking up 20 calls a day if they're all junk. And then my office location, what's the best email. So like you could think of things that you say if you're using something a couple times a week, you might consider putting together a short code for it. And the cool part about text replacement, you send in the iPhone, but it actually works in all your messages and your computer. And it's like something new I learned recently last month. Because since I've been stuck at home, I've been using all my devices a lot. I found out that you can easily copy and paste your computer, and then go on your iPad or whatever it is and paste there and reverse. So all your messages, all your pasting, copy and paste is all aligned within the devices. That thing has been a huge, huge time saver. Because like sometimes sometimes you're maybe trying to type a really long caption for your Instagram post, and Instagram will crash on you like half the time when it knows you want to do something important. So like you might do that in your notepad and then copy and paste and move over there and on one swoop. Screen recording. A lot of people might not know that the iPhone lets you do screen recording. Because a lot of times you might not be able to repost someone else's post if it's private, or certain accounts they just don't allow sharing. And like I like posting entire videos. I get a ton of my business to social media, as you guys know. But when you're reposting a video, it might just be a screenshot. What if you want to post the entire video? So I love using screen recording. It's quick and easy. Yes, you can download their app with it, but then it requires more effort. With the screen recording function, you can slide down on your phone, press it, and then within 3 seconds, it sets and boom, and it just records what you're doing. So a lot of my Instagram game is like just reposting other stuff I think is funny. I also have a bookmark. Every time I see something funny, can I break 100 stories quite a bit? If I see something funny and I want to save it, I'll just use it tomorrow. So I never run out of content because I have a catalog of things I think are funny, and then when things are slow, in between my breaks, pop it in, go and set it up. And the way I do my Instagram, I talk to like 100, 150 people a day on Instagram. I've recruited 10 agents this week in the last 10 days on Instagram. But if you have that there, then you must have just something interesting to share. That's what I do. Let's see. Mention is a really cool app. I also talk about Google Alerts, but Mention.com, you could type in your handle, your hashtag, any key phrases, and anytime anyone on the internet shouts you out, you would be notified. Because like I don't actively use Twitter. I just post out there. I don't read it. I barely go on LinkedIn. I spend all my time on Instagram, now Facebook too. But you want to be in the know, because if you're on LinkedIn, like most people, you're probably getting like 100 follow business friend requests or whatnot. It's hard to go through notifications, look for anything important. So Mention will actually send you a daily digest of when things are mentioned. So for me, I have my handle and name, but also like things like open real estate and Brooklyn Basin, the new community being built here. So anything that comes on the internet, you will be alerted. Another one you might think of using too, not quite social media based, is Google Alerts, google.com/alerts. You might want to put in your personal name in case people are saying things about you. You might want to put in like a specific neighborhood you work in. Like, what are some neighborhoods in Houston, Katie?
East Downtown or Edo, Midtown, Montrose.
Edo. Yeah, you can put Edo, and then anytime the word Edo, yeah, is that EIDO?
EADO.
Anytime anyone anywhere online uses EADO, it lands in your mailbox. So like a lot of people wonder like, how do I know so much about Oakland and like certain things? Well, because I'm not out seeking the information. I have the alerts for all the information, the things I care about, and I want to be more knowledgeable, being sent to my inbox every day. These are just some Zoom pro tips I got from Chelsea Pates. On Zoom, when you're not on a video call, right? It's just your name. That's an opportunity to brand yourself. You should be using a picture or brand it, like with your logo, whatever it might be. I think it's a wasted opportunity if you don't do that. Looking at the camera, I think is really important. I try to show the tripod stuff, but this is a new camera I have, but it's really annoying. It would be pretty annoying about doing the whole presentation staring like this, right, at the screen. So like when I'm on Zoom calls, I'm making extra effort to look at the camera. I actually have aligned this a certain way on my left screen, so my branding is here. You guys cannot avoid this branding. Getting more light, I have a big kind of like I don't know, like a moon looking light, but I actually bought the big lights. I think lighting can make your camera look really, really good. And then the camera I'm using right now, I absolutely love. This is called Logitech StreamCam. It is super, super sharp, and it's like $120. And then I recently bought this this mic. I can't really see it. Yeah, I bought a Yeti mic. That's pretty cool. And then to really up, because I'm on camera a lot, I want to make sure this content is clear, easy to view. Obviously, stay on mute if you're not talking. Flip your screen. The first time I set that up on my very first video on the Be the Different Mastermind, I actually flipped my screen so that it was actually backwards. I actually just left it alone. So I didn't catch that later, but some of you guys might have some stuff you might want to flip. You're doing Q&A. You might have some post-it notes next to your camera, so you're looking at the camera, asking questions instead of like asking questions like this. Zoom custom ID, I actually took that up a notch. If my Zoom ID room number is my phone number. There's a waiting room, so you can't just walk in. But then on top of that, I made it easy. I just bought a cheap $10 domain, Zoom with Kenny. So if you go to zoomwithkenny.com, you would go into my room. And that's the link I now send out to people versus zoom.us/510, like, you know, all that, just Zoom with Kenny. And I realized super easy. So a couple of people I know has unique URLs to go to their Zoom room, and they have unique URLs to go to their Calendly. It's just like easy, and those are things you use a lot. It's definitely worth it. So enable all record. I up my I've changed this. I up my Zoom now. I pay for cloud recording. It's like $30 a month. But I've recorded like 15 webinars in the last week and a half. But it's really nice to just have that, so you don't have to deal with it later. Let's see.
Hey Kenny, what's the real quick? What's the webcam that you bought?
The Logitech StreamCam.
Okay, Logitech.
It's like 150, but you guys use this app called the Honey app that just plugs in coupons when you're shopping on the internet and knocked off $25. So this was $125. I think it's like a 1 month backlog now. I ordered a second one from my office. But the one slightly cheaper that's really, really good too, that does what pixel is this? It's like 1400 or something, but that one like 720 resolution. Logitech 920 camera has been the go-to camera for years. This one just came out. I think that's like $80. So that's super sufficient, but I just like my voice. And this is what my current setup actually looks like right now. So I'm still waiting for like a shock mount thing to come in, and there's one more thing I can't remember, like a little pop filter thing, so it sounds clearer. That's the light I have. I use a separate device for my instant messages because I think it's just easier to do than living in my browser. And then like Facebook Messenger and Instagram Messenger on the desktop isn't as slick. You can't do certain things on it. Anyway, so this is the setup I use, and this is where I sat at for 13 hours yesterday. Some cool tools you guys could consider using is like a mop stand. I'm just saying this. So I have this stand right here on my thing that actually sits on my computer, but also is magnetic. So I have this little piece on my laptop. Oh, sorry, Mac screen right now. So it just sits to the front of it. Using a cheap, this is what I'm using right now for this iPad. This cheap little stand, but it's really great to get the height right. Because if you look at this, this is how I do my messages on the right. It's just really easy to do that. And if you have an extra phone, I don't know, maybe you can consider doing that. Bluetooth, you could buy a Bluetooth keyboard. Right, overkill, but you can buy a pretty decent Bluetooth keyboard like this for like $10. Like this is a hardcore messaging, but remember, like if you're working here, it's actually better that you're not doing all your things in one device, so you can focus on what you're doing right there, and then keeping messages off to the side with your device. I've had this for like years at the Logitech camera, which keyboard, which I really like. Let's see, a Joby stand is great for mounting certain things. Like I did an IG live yesterday, and my table, I couldn't get it where my face is even like a third of it, so I needed a stand for it. So the Joby thing was pretty cool. They're charging like $100 for something on Amazon right now. You can buy them used on eBay for like a fraction of the cost. And then the big stand is pretty cool for like other projects. Let's see, that's it. That's all I have to share today. You guys want to connect with me? I am at Kenny_Fast at Instagram, or I'm on Facebook quite a bit lately too.
Cool. Thank you so much for your time. If you guys are watching this live or on the replay, I'd love to know what the first thing y'all want to implement is. Obviously, Kenny just gave so much information, so what I would do is pick one thing and get that going, and then go from there. Trying to get all of them started today, I think, is a little overwhelming. I know when I had heard Kenny talk, that was probably a couple years ago. He listed out like 30 different things, and I had to break it down into like, you know, this sprint, that sprint, and go from there. But such good information. I really appreciate it.
Because you guys have time to do all this stuff, right? Just start small, start stuff, and realize every little thing you do could save you 10 minutes, an hour this week, and that's more time to go on vacation. I don't think anyone's on vacation.
Yeah, plan your next vacation right now, right?
Yeah.
Cool, man. Well, I appreciate your time. I think as far as questions, the webcam was the one. I'll
go back and drop the links to the pillar and stuff.
Yeah. So he does have a link for a trial for that. And then the texting, that was the keyboard shortcuts on the iPhone. So yeah, if you guys have any other questions, drop them in.
drop a link to the slides too then in the Facebook.
Cool. Perfect.
Awesome. All right, guys. Thank
Good
you.
deal. Awesome. Thank you.